This podcast was recorded live in the Purple Room Studio.
Negative types. Okay. Interesting. Alrighty.
Should we start the show?
I think the show should start now.
Very good. I will then go ahead and say hello, everyone. Welcome to the Streamvoid Podcast, episode 127.
Wow.
That's right, 127 episodes in. It's a really special number, 127.
Is it? What does it mean?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Special to someone, I bet.
Maybe.
If 127 is special to you, dear listener out there, leave a comment down below and let us know why 127 is a special number to you. I'm Mikey T, and of course, across from me is KurbStomped.
Hello.
You can find us everywhere under our respected monikers.
Yes, sir.
And
yes,
you are
sir.
listening to the Streamvoid Podcast. This is a show about life and video games and just about everything in between.
That's true.
That's correct. It is... Oh, what is it? Is it April?
It's May the 7th,
May the 7th.
2023.
May the 4th
All
was
day.
a couple days ago.
Oh, that's right. Did you do anything in honor of May the 4th?
I did not.
I wore my Star Wars hat.
Oh, nice.
That's about it. It's very weird that they didn't have anything going. Oh no, wait, they released Star Wars Visions Season 2 on Disney Plus on May the 4th.
Oh,
so there was something, anyways.
yes. What they should have done was delayed that new Star Wars game. And
Oh,
released it on May the 4th. It's like,
yeah.
what are you guys doing? You guys are missing out on a prime opportunity.
Also, they could have used that time to like fix the performance. So
Yeah.
it would have been win-win.
It would have been win-win. You would have had an extra week. They would have brought it out. It would have performed very well, and everyone would have been like, "Oh my God, they're releasing a Star Wars game on May the 4th."
Yeah. Anyways,
Like, why?
why is it perform bad, or why didn't they do it?
Why did they not release it on the day? It was like a week. That's all they had to wait.
Dude,
a week.
you think these billion-dollar companies would be smart, but they're so stupid. It's like exactly why did Disney Plus release Obi-Wan and She-Hulk on the same fucking day?
I don't know.
It's like, why? Of course She-Hulk's going to get boned because of that.
Yes.
Anyways, they're stupid as fuck, so
Yes.
whatever.
Yes. How was your week?
How was my week?
That's usually where we go at this point in time.
How was my week? Work was whatever, fine and dandy, you know?
Yes.
I was in the office for one day, and
Dandy fine. I
I left a little bit early on the one day, like half an hour early, because I was like, I have literally nothing to do here, so I'm going to go home. But I was at the warehouse a bunch, doing the warehouse type stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just, you know, the boss is on vacation now. They had a vacation they had actually booked in 2019 that they kept delaying because of COVID.
Yeah.
And finally got to the point where it's like, you have to take it now or you're not getting your money back. So they're on a 2-week vacation.
Very nice.
But before he left, he was, you know, wrapping things up before he went. And it's not like, you know, it was stuff that was making me upset when I was working at the warehouse, but he just sort of like has an idea and then changes his mind immediately. So we sell, you know, stuff, and we were going to send this skids of frozen food to this other company he deals with. So we're going to send 5 skids or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he gets there and he's like, oh, I don't want to give it all to them. Like, how many do we got? And it's like, well, we got this many here, this many here. We'll send 5. Okay, 5. So we pull the 5 out. And then literally a minute later, oh, no, I changed my mind. I only want to send 4. So we have to put the skid back in. Not a huge deal, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, it took a lot of effort to get it out of these freezers. Because, like, I'm wearing running shoes. It's slipping around in there, trying to pull it on the pallet jack to get it so the forklift can take it out and everything.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, whatever, you know, it's your money. You're paying me to do it. I'll do whatever you're saying. No big deal. But then, you know, he comes up. He's like, I know, sorry, I had you pull it off and everything. But, you know, I don't want to give it all to them and blah, blah, blah. So it's, yeah, whatever. It's fine. I don't care. Whatever you want. So that was that for the working, really.
Yeah, nice.
Pretty chill week anyways.
Chill week. Just chillaxing.
Yeah, I mean, it's as chill as it can be, I guess. No one was being annoying or anything this week, so that's good. Yeah,
that's very good.
But there's all next week to look forward to too. So anything can happen then.
Anything can happen next week.
What about you?
Yeah, it was a pretty exciting week.
Oh yeah.
As I alluded to last week, we had the big river crossing.
I saw some pictures.
You saw some pictures. There are some pictures in the Discord.
Yep.
We rented a helicopter.
Did you get to ride in it?
No.
Oh.
Me and the other safety guy were chilling, and they were like, "Hey, $200, just take us across."
Yeah.
Like, no.
Really?
Yeah.
They wouldn't even do it for cash dollars, eh?
Cash dollars, no. So we had 31 poles to get across.
Yeah.
These are 35 to 45 foot telephone poles.
Okay.
To get across the river.
Wow, they had to take those over too?
Yeah. Because we couldn't, like, there was no, the road in and out is a one lane.
Yeah.
And there's no way you can get and it's just like twisty turny all over the place. Like you
can't get a lot. You can't get a trailer up there.
No, there's no way.
Yeah.
And you could put them on your like truck that would, hoist them up normally and put them in the ground, but you would take one at a time, and it's 2 hours in and then 2 hours back out to have another one.
Right.
So the amount of time it would have taken would have been unreasonable.
Yeah. So they flew them across.
Yeah, they flew them across. It took 5.5 minutes per pole to fly them across. Like, it was just clockwork. So, like,
did they land, or did they just dangle a rope? You link it to one, and then they take it away?
Yeah, so they had these like round, just like a circular strap that they would wrap around the pole, and that would attach to a release.
And do they do that, or do you do that?
They did that.
Okay, so you just were watching.
I just watched the entire time.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah.
31 trips, just back and forth, just.
And that was just for the poles?
Now it's just for the poles.
So then they still have to do the cable?
Yeah. Well, they did a rope. We pulled the rope across first.
Okay. So you can pull it up yourself?
Yeah.
And you only have to do one cable?
Only have to do one cable.
Okay.
And we already did it.
So if you took a rope across, why didn't they just take the cable?
Exactly.
Oh, okay. So, okay.
Don't know.
All right.
Don't know why.
So whose idea was that?
The boss's idea.
What the fuck? Why?
I don't know.
All right, well, whatever. I mean, he's the boss, I guess.
He's
but that's
the boss.
like, why, if they're gonna do a rope, why don't? Anyways, that makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
So now you're gonna have to manually.
There's a lot of things that don't make any sense.
You have to manually pull this fucking cable across.
Yeah.
With a rope.
With a rope.
But they could have just taken the cable.
They could have just taken the cable across. It would have been a lot. I think it would have been a lot harder to do it by taking the cable across. Because it's a certain type of cable, and when you get that cable across 800 meters of canyon, it's very heavy.
So it's going to be easier for you to manually pull it?
Well, yeah, because we got winches and stuff.
I mean, the helicopter's got a couple horsepower to it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Anyways, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, the cable.
When you show up on Monday and the rope is like in the river, cut in half.
No, we already pulled the cable.
Oh, it's done.
We pulled the cable the next day.
Oh, okay. And how hard was it?
It was extremely difficult.
Okay. And do you think it would have been easier with the helicopter?
To get the cable across, yes. To secure the cable, no.
Okay.
Because we pulled the rope through a whole ton of pulleys and stuff to get it across the river, and then it gets out there, and when we just had the rope across, because there's the neutral and the hot of the power, because we're following the power across. But, you get the rope across there, and when the wind picks up, it blows the rope over the power lines. You're like, oh, God.
Oh, so you're going to electrocute yourself to death, too?
Well, it's non-conductive.
Still.
So you wouldn't be able to electrocute yourself. Still, it's sketchy as frig, right? So the wind would pick up, I'd be like, hey, all stop, don't do it, stop.
Oh, my God.
But once that cable got across, it was a lot, because of the weight, the wind wasn't blowing it around.
Still.
Yeah.
And then, the poles, did you have to manually dig a hole and put it in?
No.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
No, the poles are just sitting on the other side waiting for the trucks to go over to do
that
work.
So they're not done yet?
No. We just got the poles across, got the rope
so
across.
So this could have been done last month, but because they didn't want to get a fucking helicopter?
Yeah,
exactly. Cool. All right. So you ended up getting a helicopter anyways.
Yeah.
An extra... Spend all this money paying you guys for fucking wasting 2-3 weeks of time.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Hey, boss. Sorry, it went over budget. Sorry,
went over budget.
Yeah.
And they're constantly preaching about carpooling and stuff. And then when we're on the one side of the river and we're looking across, I'm like, there's 6 trucks over there, and there are 6 guys.
Yeah.
Like, what is going on here? And the boss is over on that side.
Of course. Well, it's rules for thee, not for me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so whatever.
But so we had a mini excavator down by the pole. Like, it's probably like 200 meters from the road to the end of the pole line for where we had to go. Just the worst terrain, trying to like walk up and down all the time. Mm-hmm. And so we had a mini excavator down there to grab the rope, to hold the rope when they brought it across.
Yeah.
It's hot as frig the one day. Sun's just out.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm sitting on the tracks in the mini excavator because we're in a little bit of a lull while we're pulling the cable across.
Yeah.
And I look to my right and I'm like, oh, there's a snake there.
Oh, cool.
That was a little snaky guy. And
Nice.
I look at his tail and I'm like, oh,
A little rattlesnake.
that's a rattlesnake.
Nice. Cool.
He just slithered up and
Checking
slithered
it
into
out.
the equipment.
Yeah.
Didn't even look at me and just slithered on down the hill.
Cool.
I was like, oh, okay. That's the first rattlesnake I've ever seen in real life. That was a lot.
It's almost pretty early for that kind of elevation
Yeah, right?
to see a rattlesnake, because it'd be cold at night still.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And I radioed up. I'm like, hey guys, rattlesnake.
Yeah. Careful.
Walk loudly.
Yeah, exactly.
Step hard. Get them vibrations going.
Yeah, exactly. Crazy. That's cool.
Yeah. And of course, on that day, Cache Creek flooded.
Yeah. Cache Creek is a smaller town here in BC.
Yeah.
How many people live there, you think? 2,000?
Probably something like that.
Yeah,
Maybe,
pretty small.
If that, yeah.
But they built it, it's called Cache Creek, so you can guess that it's built like in a fucking floodplain of a creek, basically.
Right on top of it.
Yeah, so when a little extra water comes through, it's like, oh, the whole city's gone.
Yeah.
I mean, the city's there, but it's going to be a lot of flooding damage to everything.
Yeah, there's one set of lights.
Yep.
And there's one main intersection.
Yep.
And that's the intersection that the creek goes under.
Yeah.
So when the culverts block up, the whole thing just floods and no one can get through.
Yeah. Yep.
So we have, when we're pulling the rope across and doing the helicopter thing, we've got a single lane traffic. Mm-hmm. But if you want to go north of Cache Creek, you got to go through the highway that we're sitting on, which is Highway 12.
Yep.
So everyone who wants to go north of Cache Creek has to go that way. So we're just like single lane traffic, just cars for days going past. It was crazy.
Yeah, and I'm sure they're all complaining, why would they schedule this work to be done now? Well, It's been scheduled like this way for like 6 months, so it's not like we decided to do it when Cache Creek flooded.
Yeah. So we had to send a guy back to Kamloops, like early that day. We made a plan. It's like, hey, you go back like 5:30, get up, go back to Kamloops, grab some stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And so he gets up, 5:30, goes to Cache Creek, north side of Cache Creek. He's like, I can't get through.
Yeah.
It's completely flooded. They had it blocked off from like the Dairy Queen all the way down to the intersection.
Yep.
So he drives all the way back.
Oh my God. Did you make him go the other way?
No.
Oh, Christ.
No, because it would have been like, the day would have been done by the time we got there.
Exactly.
So when we finished getting the cable across, we had to go home because we had, stuff to do the next day in town.
Yeah.
And it was, I don't know, it was probably like 6 p.m. by the time we got the cable across. And it's like, well, now we can't go through Cache Creek, so how the heck are we going to go home?
Yeah.
So we went through, what's the one just south of Cache Creek? What's that city?
Well, I don't know.
I can't remember what it's called. But anyway.
Ashcroft.
Ashcroft, yeah.
Yeah.
Never been through Ashcroft.
You never been to Ashcroft?
I've never been to
It's a
Ashcroft.
Stampede town.
Is it?
Yeah, Ashcroft, Stampede town. Oh. People are coming from miles around.
Oh, yeah.
Johnny and Billy Brown, everybody's coming to Ashcroft town.
So we go down to Ashcroft.
Yeah.
Because you got to go through Ashcroft and then to Logan Lake, and then you can get home.
Oh, yeah.
So we went down there. I'm like, oh, that's not a bad little town, Ashcroft. It's kind of interesting.
That's interesting, yeah.
I mean, it's right on the Thompson River, which was absolutely raging.
Yeah.
And then, go to Logan Lake. You go past the mine. I'd never been past the mine before, and that's, what the hell is it called now? It's a copper mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have been past it, but...
I had never been past it, and I was like, holy crap, this thing is huge.
Yeah, dude.
It's giant.
No ecological damage at all.
No, zero. And you drive past it, but you also drive past like an old like tailings dumping area.
No ecological damage there either.
And that tailings dumping area it's got to have been there for like years.
Yeah.
But it's just a mountain. It's a mountain of tailings. You drive past, you're like looking up.
I know.
Holy crap.
Exactly.
That's just all tailings.
Yeah, dude.
It's just
And that's
crazy.
not even 100% of the copper out of that either.
No.
Eventually, when the extraction technology gets better, they can re-go through that shit, get even more copper.
Yeah, probably.
So, yeah, mining is a sort of necessary evil in the world we live in. But
Yeah,
like when you
true.
see it, you're just like, wow,
Yeah.
we really did a number here.
Yeah. If you look at the map, like the satellite map from that area, it's like, holy crap.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Oh, yeah.
It's a huge mine.
Oh, yeah. Big time.
There's another one to the south of Princeton.
Mm-hmm.
And it's pretty big, too. That's an impressive sight when you go past that one as well.
Yep. It's a lot of trees missing.
Yeah. And it's all like tiered and just all the mountains are tiered. Like they're just cutting into it. It's crazy.
You see the little truck driving down there and you're like, wow, that truck looks small. And then you get next to it and the tire is taller than you.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. One of the guys I go 4x4 with, he works up there and he does the automation for like the big trucks.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're trying to get everything automated so that it's a lot easier.
Yeah.
You don't have driver error 'cause it's all computers.
Yeah.
And he's telling me, like, yeah, we got like 12 trucks, the big trucks that are just fully automated.
That's
like
scary.
GPS sensitive down to like the centimeter. I'm like, holy crap.
Scary.
Yeah.
The only automated trucks I've ever used are the ones in Satisfactory, and they don't do too good.
Nope. They're only as good as the guy who programmed them.
Yeah. My loops I do, not too good. It's fun though anyways.
Yeah.
Especially when they drive over you. It's pretty good.
Can you get run over in that game?
Yeah, you just sort of become like a rubber band, and then you get stretched out, and then you stand up. So it's pretty good. Pretty good.
Very good. Very good.
Nice.
Oh, I guess I played some Brotato.
More Brotato. Oh my god.
I actually beat it on the hardest difficulty.
And that's the one that's like Vampire Survivors, but you can't move.
No, you can move.
Oh.
You can move and you can shoot, but it's more customizable in the things that you pick up.
Oh yeah.
Like there's a whole ton of different stats that you can boost. Mm-hmm. There's like, your standard armor and dodge, but then there's like percentile damage, but then also range damage and melee damage and all kinds of stuff. Speed.
Excuse me.
Luck. Mm-hmm. Harvesting. There's a lot of stuff that you can boost.
Okay. So you beat that one.
But I beat it on the hardest difficulty. I was like,
nice.
Oh, man, that's great.
Nice.
That's great.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Because I think there's like maybe 30 different characters that you can play.
30 different Brotatoes.
30 different Brotatoes. There's like your regular guy who gains like plus 10% of damage and like he's just basic. But then there's people who are like the lumberjack.
Oh yeah.
Who starts with lumberjack shirts.
Good with melee.
You can one hit trees, but like the map is twice as large, and you get twice as many trees. But you get like negative to like 100% negative damage.
Oh my god, that's quite the hole to dig your way out of.
Yeah, well, that's the thing about that game is that you don't have to fight anything if you don't want to.
Pacifist run.
You can do a pacifist run. So like the end boss, you don't have to beat him. You just have to wait for the time of the round to end.
Oh yeah. Is there a guy named Mr. Brotato Head in the game?
Mr. Brotato Head?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have them all unlocked. So.
Oh, maybe then.
It could be.
Could be interesting.
It could be. Other than that, played a little Starbound. Didn't really accomplish too much.
No.
Started building a base. They've added a lot to that game. Mm-hmm. And I'm surprised that more people don't actually play it. People who are like they like Terraria, but they also want to go on a space adventure.
I like the idea of it, but
it's good. It's good because you can like build up your ship. You can like just take your ship around, have your ship as your base, or you can like do a planetary base. I found out as well you can do a star base. You can buy a deed to a star base and then build your own star base.
Nice.
Yes.
On a star?
No. Just like out there.
Oh, okay.
Floating around near a star. I mean, you can put it
like Cloud City?
Yeah, you can actually put it in whatever orbital path you want.
Oh, yeah.
So like you can put it in this orbital path or you can put it like right close to the star.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I should start it up again and see.
You should join my server. I get a little private server.
I gotta just, get my bearings on it a bit.
Oh yeah, but you get your bearings right on the server.
Yeah, but don't I spawn on the planet you've all cleaned out?
No, you spawn on a different planet.
Okay, all right, okay.
I'm pretty sure you do, because I know Oss did. He spawned on a different planet than I did.
I'll consider it. Get off my back!
It'll be fun.
Okay. And you didn't play anything else besides
Other than
Game
that,
Club?
just Game Club.
Okay.
I tried to play a little Dredge, but I just wasn't
in the mood.
I just wasn't in the mood to be just stressed out and terrorized.
Fair enough.
I'm already feeling a little stressed out and terrorized.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yes. Yeah, we'll talk about that at some point.
Exactly. Speaking of stressed out and terrorized, I played Redfall. No, I shouldn't say that.
You shouldn't say that you played it, or you shouldn't.
I shouldn't say that. Everyone's totally hating on this game, but I had a fun time playing it.
Yeah,
it's not. It should have been, another few months, whatever, worked on.
Yeah,
it was half. It's not half baked, but it could have used more polishing up.
It could have used, a little bit more salt, a little bit more spice.
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
It was interesting. I had a fun time. You get the guns, you're shooting, and you're, using your little shitty abilities and everything. Doing quests, unlocking stuff. I mean, it was interesting. The AI can, it's not the best, but I don't know. Everyone's like, oh, this game is this is just the state of AAA games from Microsoft. And I was like, I don't think this ever was a AAA game. I never, even when it was announced, I didn't think oh, this is a AAA game. Even from the first trailers we saw.
The trailers looked like it was going to be pretty good. I don't know about AAA, but it looked like it was going to be on the level of some kind of Unreal Engine 5 Fortnite style game,
Yeah, we
not
played
Fortnite, but Save the World. Yeah,
we played it for 4 hours on stream, and had fun. I'll play it again. It was interesting. I mean, it's kind of you can tell they needed more time. Even when you start a multiplayer game, it says only the quest progression is saved to the host. So it's
why?
Oh, why? But it's they didn't have enough time to do it. But even Borderlands did it better, where it's it saves to everybody in the game, and then when you get to that quest in single player, it'll say oh, you already did this in multiplayer. Do you want to skip it? And you say yes or no.
Yeah.
So why can't they do that in this game? I don't know. Anyways, you got your 4 different characters to choose from. They have different abilities. They have different voice lines. You can get different looks for them. It's obvious that this game was originally going to be some sort of maybe not free to play, but it was going to be a battle pass game or something that. Yeah. Because there's all these different cosmetics, but in this game you just unlock them now by playing the game.
Yeah.
But you can tell it was going to be they wanted it to be something like Destiny or something like that,
Yeah, yeah.
So, I mean, if I paid money for this game, I'd probably been damn it, that sucks.
Yeah.
I'd still play it, but it's on Game Pass, so it's whatever.
Yeah.
It's cool.
It's cool.
Yeah, so I had a good time playing it.
Will you play it again?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm going to play it next week. I think most people that are complaining about it haven't actually played it, and they just see a clip of it.
Classic.
Anyways, I mean, I said this too when I was playing with the tank, and we were talking about it after a little bit, and I said I'm it's not as bad as everyone's saying, obviously, and it's just because people don't have critical thinking skills, and they just someone says it's bad, and they see something, and so it's bad, right?
Yeah.
And I'm I always want to make my own judgment on anything, even I want to I don't usually I don't make an assumption based on just looking at it, unless I'm doing it for comedic effect, basically.
Yeah.
Even then I'll still be well, I do want to check it out because I'd like to make my own opinion on it.
Yeah.
But there were a lot of weird shit in it. When you stomp a guy, a zombie, or not zombie, a vampire, it shows you a first-person view of you stomping them with your leg, and it literally looks like you have 2 knees because your leg bends in very weird way, right?
Yeah.
So as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh my God, it's I have 2 knees in my leg. It's so weird. But I mean, what happened? We had 1 disconnect, no problem. We restarted. Then when we rejoined, there was glitched out where you couldn't actually look through the scope of your sniper rifle. Mm-hmm. You would hold down the zoom button and it would just show you the sniper rifle. So you couldn't see through it. But then we just restarted the game and it was fine. It was just a temporary glitch. Weird. So it's just little things like that. But yeah, I had a good time. Other than that, I played Phoenix Wright.
Hello.
I did my case again. Same thing with the other stuff. Is like actually doing this case, I had no problems really with what I knew what I was supposed to show as evidence, so that was pretty good. And that was the first Phoenix Wright game, and it was like the first 4 cases or whatever. I beat them. And it gives you like the ending, like, oh, you beat the game. But then at the end, it's like, oh, well, there's a 5th case. But what that was is Phoenix Wright was originally a Game Boy Advance game. Yep. And when they re-released it on the DS, they wanted to make a case that took advantage of the DS's like
touchiness,
touch and stuff. So they added a 5th case to the game. And the 5th case is way better than the first 4. So I'm looking forward to doing that.
Yeah, nice.
So... and then I played Grounded on stream one day with Master of None, aka Pixacat, and we fought the infected Broodmother, the new boss in Grounded.
Oh, did you do it on the event, the Grounded event that they had?
The Grounded event?
Yeah.
I don't know, what's the Grounded event?
I don't know. They tweeted about having Pixacat on there.
Oh, no. She was on the like the dev stream.
Yeah, the dev stream. Yeah.
No. It was like the next day. No, I wouldn't have been on the dev stream. That's like with the devs and then one featured community member. And then...
Super featured.
Yep. We fought the Broodmother 4 times and beat her 3 times or something like that.
Nice.
So, very hard fight. It kind of debated us at first because we were whipping the shit out of her. And we're like, well, that was it? We beat her? That was easy. And then she comes back to life. And you do it again. And then she comes back to life a 3rd time. And then the 3rd time is like, holy fuck. Got her ass beat. So it was good though. Had a fun time doing
Multiple stage boss.
Yeah, I think that's the first one in Grounded like that.
Oh, so boss rush.
Yeah,
boss rush.
It was pretty good though.
Nice.
Yeah, they've added so much, dude. Like since you've played it, I know like they had some stuff in the water when you played it, but like they added now. Well, you know they've added leveling up and like whatever. They added a thing where you can duplicate items.
Oh, duping.
So rather than having to go and like. You finally build whatever item it is. You just go to the duping machine and use your raw science to make a copy of it. So you don't have to go and like...
Oh, man, that sounds great.
Yeah, it saves a lot of time. Like, to fight the Broodmother, you need to make this bait, and it takes like 4 items to make it. So you need like pine cone, toenail, all these things, right?
Yeah.
But we didn't have enough toenails, so we went and duplicated the toenail, and then she made the bait, and then she just duplicated the bait 4 times with her raw science.
Oh, there you go.
So then we didn't have to go get more toenails, you know?
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool because she has a lot of raw science.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got a lot of raw science.
Yeah, she does. She loves that raw science.
Well, she had a whole bunch of streams that she was doing where it was the road to 100K raw science because they didn't do anything. Like there was no point to getting it at that point. It had no value.
Yeah.
And then all this shit has been added that you can use it for. So she's like set basically.
Yeah, set for life.
Yeah, basically.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't think I played anything else this week, really. Oh, besides Yakuza. But we'll talk about that in the Game Club section.
Yes, we will.
Yeah. Did you watch anything this week?
Nope.
No? Nothing?
Nope. Just watched the stuff for Weebus.
Wait, is that today?
Nope, that's next week.
Okay, good. I was like, holy fuck, I didn't watch it.
We're just watching it now.
Oh, okay.
Because we're gonna get through it all and carry on.
Okay.
Subscribe to
High Live?
High Live,
yeah.
so we can watch their other stuff.
Oh man, you had me going for a second. Well, speaking of Weebus, I finally got Weebus on iTunes after trying forever and a day.
Yes, you did.
I don't know what the fuck my problem was.
I don't know.
But I've tried a bunch of times, and then this time it finally was like, okay, I must have missed a step or something along the way. But I finally got it there. So it is now. Weebus Plebus is available on iTunes.
Very good.
I have a few episodes still in the... What do you call it? In the
bank?
In the bank.
Ready to go?
So I got to decide how I want to do them.
Yeah.
You know? How I want to release them. So I don't want to put them all out at the same time. So
that slow drip.
Yeah, but I got like 3 or something left to go, ready to go. Mm-hmm. So anyways, that's good. So if you've sign up for iTunes and go put a review on the iTunes.
Yeah, if you're using an Apple device.
Yeah, or not. I had to install iTunes on my computer to do it. So. Oh, jeez.
And I mean, whatever device you use, you should go to patreon.com/Streamvoid Pod.
Oh yeah.
You can get in there. You can support this podcast with your hard-earned dollar dues.
True.
You can just throw as little as a loony at the screen, and that'll help us out a lot. And that'll give you access to all of our bonus content as well. We make this podcast goes live tonight.
Yes.
Into the Patreon, so that you can listen to it Monday morning, Sunday night, right after you just listen to this. You can
as you pleasure yourself.
You pleasure yourself. Yes, it's true. You get in there, you can support money. What words?
Lots of words.
Man, I'm tired. I'm very tired. You can support this podcast by going to patreon.com/StreamVoidPod.
Yes, please.
Please do.
I would like to mention a couple of things I watched.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
So I watched Midsommar. Have you ever seen this?
No. I've heard about it.
Did you ever watch The Hereditary?
No.
Okay.
I watched some of it, but it was such a slow burn that I couldn't even get through it.
What?
Yeah.
Dude, it's so good.
Yeah, that's what the wife says.
Oh my god, it's so good. Anyways, this is... I think his name's Ari Aster. This is the other movie he did, Midsommar. And it's good. I enjoyed it. But it's not as good as Hereditary. Mm-hmm. Hereditary was way better. So if I was to recommend something to somebody, I would say watch Midsommar first and then watch Hereditary. Because after Hereditary, I was like, it was good. But I mean, if this was from some other director or whatever, I would have been like probably more up on it.
Yeah.
But Hereditary was so good. Oh my god. It's just about a cult in Sweden. Well, it's not... Yeah, I guess it is. You think it's a cult pretty well immediately. And it's just about these American tourists or whatever going there with their Swedish friend and sort of interacting with them and their weirdness, basically. But it was good. But yeah, man, Hereditary. Oh my god. Hereditary is a slow burn. But like the payoff is so good in Hereditary, dude. Oh my god. I would recommend that on a day when you're not sleepy. You should definitely watch Hereditary, dude. It's so good. But last night we did movie night, me and one in the mosh.
Yes.
We were on the couch and we were watching movies. So we watched two movies, and I had a goal. If I got 5 subs, I'd do a third movie.
Yeah.
Reached that last night.
Nice. So
we watched the original Maniac from 1980. There was a remake of Maniac in 2010 or something like that, starring Elijah Wood.
Yep.
So this is the original version. It has some crazy good special effects because Tom Savini did the special effects in this one, and he's like a legend of practical special effects. So there's like some nice decapitation scenes and everything like that. And it's a movie about like mental illness and abuse and like, you know, abandonment and stuff like that. But it's an old movie, so some of the editing techniques that would be in a modern movie are not present in this old movie.
Yeah.
So there was a part where, I mean, there'll be spoilers, but here's a part where he's like choking a prostitute, and you can see her, and she's like, "No, stop it, whatever." And then it would cut away to him, and then it would cut back, and it would be like, "Oh, what? They changed this woman's makeup. Like she looks totally different." And then they cut back, and they cut back to the woman, and she'd be the prostitute again, and they cut back to the guy's face. And it would show this. I'm like, it looks like a totally different woman. Like, what is going on?
Huh.
And then it was like, oh, it was a totally different woman.
Okay.
That was the point, is he was imagining he was killing someone else,
okay,
right?
Yeah.
But the way they edited it, it just looked like it was poorly edited, basically. So, yeah, it was good. I liked it. It's cool special effects in that one. I mean, for the time, 1980, they look fake as hell, but... In 1980, if you saw that on the big screen, you would have thought it was real, basically.
Yeah.
Because I've seen, like, some things about, like... I watched a documentary once about snuff films and, like, are they real or whatever?
Yeah.
And the consensus was, like, there probably are people that were filmed being murdered, but, like, has someone paid for someone to do this? Like, probably not.
Yeah.
But they showed a clip of a movie from, like, the 80s where, like, this movie was banned because people thought it was a real murder. And as you watch it in the, like, from the 2010, like, or the 2020 eye on this film, you were like, it looks so fucking fake. But, like, it was banned because they thought it was real back in the day, right?
Yeah.
It's just, I'm sure in 20 years, if we look back on, like, Avengers Endgame CGI, we'll be like, that looks so fake. I mean, it kind of looks fake now.
Oh, yeah.
But like it looks good, you know.
Yeah, it looks good, but you know it's fake.
But if you look back on like the Haunting, the movie The Haunting from the 90s, and it has CGI in it, I'm sure when I watched that in the 90s, I was like, whoa, this is so good. But when I watched it like a couple years ago, I was like, this is like cartoonishly bad, you know? But it's just the eye of like, I don't know. You're sort of...
Yeah, well, you get more in tune with how good the CG can be, and you
look back and it's
you
just
understand
like,
a little bit more about how everything works, especially when, you know, you've been watching movies for so long and watch shows about how they do special
Well, it's not even that. It's just like, it looks so cartoonishly bad.
Yeah.
But it was like, when when CGI first came out and you see like your first rendered video, you're just like, whoa, it's so lifelike. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Then we watched Night of the Creeps, which I thought I hadn't seen, but I had actually seen it. And it's a zombie movie, basically, about... The intro is so ridiculous. It shows like these weird aliens on a spaceship. They look like, I don't know, troll dolls, and they're running around.
Oh, yeah.
They have no hair, but they look like troll dolls.
Ew.
And they eject like a tube out of the spaceship, and it crash lands in 1959, and a guy goes up to it, and it breaks, and a space slug goes in his mouth. But then it cuts to like 1988 or 1989, and it's modern day, and these guys are trying to join a sorority, and they have to do a prank, and it's break into this lab or whatever, and they break in the lab, and the guy's been cryogenically frozen. And they unleash him, and then he goes around and he like dies, and his like slug goes out and affects other people and stuff like that. And it was like, okay, they had to have a reason why these slugs were doing this. But then I'm like, do they really need a reason? Couldn't just a slug start infecting people? Like they had to have the alien shoot them down to Earth. It was very weird.
Yeah, they probably didn't need the aliens shooting them down to Earth.
Yeah, the movie was all right, but it was like an 80s movie, so it's just like, oh, here's the girls' sorority changing montage scene. Oh, they're all topless together. This is great.
Classic.
And then the hero, I'll put it in air quotes, the hero of the movie looked like Cal Kestis from Star Wars, like the Star Wars games.
Yeah.
Just this redheaded fuck. So it was entertaining, but not really that great of a movie. And then the third bonus movie we watched was called Let's Scare Jessica to Death. And this is like from 1960 something. It's an older horror movie.
Yeah.
And the only reason it even came on my radar was I was watching or listening to an episode of Tiger Belly that I've been listening to a bunch, and it's an old one, and Bill Burr was on it. Why are you making that face?
Just one of the comments from chat.
Oh, okay. And Bill Burr was on it, and they were talking about horror movies because they like... Bobby Lee really likes horror movies, and he'd recommended that Bill Burr watch Hereditary.
Yeah.
And he said, like, it freaked me out and everything, and they were going back and forth, and they were talking about, like, Korean and Japanese horror movies, and then he's like, oh, I got one to recommend you, Bobby. You got to watch this old one called Let's Scare Jessica to Death. And he's like, it's really weird and disturbing and everything like that. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll put that on the list, right? And it was an interesting movie. It was very weird. I don't know what the message was of it, or what, you know, it was about mental illness a bit, but there's like weird vampires, and like the characters are very like stupid, but in like a realistic stupid way, I guess.
Realistic stupid.
And like, you know, it's about like, I don't know, sort of a relationship breaking down and like what happens in that, but there was like no sort of payoff at the end. It just sort of was like, well, that's the end of our movie. Thanks for watching. And it was like, maybe I missed what the message was in it, but the things sort of like didn't really add up to anything. It was a lot of interesting ideas and everything.
Yeah.
And I kind of knew it was going to be like kind of not a really great movie, because at the start it says, the title screen comes in like, Let's Scare Jessica to Death.
Yeah.
And then it says copyright 1969, The Jessica Company. So I was like, when a movie's copyrighted to a company that's created to make that movie, generally they're not very good. Sometimes it's okay when it's like a, you know, the 1 in a million one that actually is good.
Yeah.
But most of the times when I see a movie when it's like copyright, like the name of the movie, it's like, oh, it's not going to be too good. It was interesting anyways.
Yeah. Jessica lives?
Jessica, she didn't die of scare. She wasn't scared to death, that's for sure.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Couldn't even nail the name of the movie.
But it's also like, when I hear that name, Let's Scare Jessica to Death, my immediate thought is, okay, if I'm to think of the movie, it's like there's a teenager girl named Jessica, and she's being bullied by other kids.
Yep.
And they're like, let's get Jessica or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, in this movie, no one was trying to scare Jessica.
Oh. What?
There was one girl who was being, scary to her, but like, no one else was really. There was weird things, and she was kind of like, she'd see something and she would make her own, she would assume things about what she saw, but no one was intentionally scaring her. She was doing it to herself. So the title was a bit weird that way.
Yeah, that's odd.
Yeah,
I would think it's like a post-Scream kind of movie.
No. It was, it was like an old movie. But I know a lot of modern movies kind of try to take that vibe of the old movie and then put it into the modern era,
Yeah.
Which is cool. I like that, but it was interesting anyways. I'm not upset I watched it, but it's just like, what was the point of it?
Yeah.
Kind of just peters out at the end. And it was well made, had nice shots, and it was lit well and everything. But it was just like, what? Okay.
Why?
Cool.
It was just a why.
Yeah, exactly. So, anyways, that's all I watched, pretty much, besides American Dad. But I say that every week.
Yeah, but you said the Weebus movie night in the
Oh, well,
script.
the Weebus was, I just wanted to say that I got the Weebus on iTunes finally.
Oh, there should have been a comma or a period then. Is what you're saying
punctuation
in the
is overrated, dude. Don't worry about the punctuation.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's about it, really.
Yeah, okay. Let's talk about some news then. Not a lot of news this week.
No, not as much.
It's another slow news week.
Yeah.
But we do have, that game that I want, System Shock.
Yeah, I saw this and I was like, I better put this on here.
The System Shock publisher, so not Night Dive, but the publisher of the game, faces anger for using AI-generated artwork, says it wanted to start a conversation.
So, yeah, they had an AI design a picture of their AI in the game, I guess, what it would look like.
That's kind of fitting.
Which is fine, but I think their response about it, saying like, oh, we wanted to start a conversation, I think that's some bullshit. I think they did it to save some money, and then it was like, well, let's save face by saying like, oh yeah, no, this was like a academic thing we were trying to do here.
I mean, it kind of fits the story because it is a game about battling an AI or being screwed over by an AI.
Yeah.
So having an AI do the artwork was, I think that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, I agree. They could have just said we did it because that's why. Yeah. It's an AI, whatever. But I think they're like, oh, we're just trying to generate... I'm just asking questions.
Yeah, I'm just asking questions. They doubled down. They did the double down. They were like, yeah, we'll continue to use AI art. I'm like, no, you did not. This should have been a one-off.
Yeah.
It should have been a one-off, and you should have been like, it's an AI creating an AI.
Yeah.
But they doubled down, and they were like, we're going to continue to do it. It's like, oh, you shouldn't have said that.
Not so cool.
This is a real hot button topic right now. You shouldn't have said that.
It saves like infinite amounts of money, but like, yeah, I'm not a huge fan.
No, especially of a larger company using AI. It's like, don't do it. You got the money to hire an artist, just do that.
Yeah. And you could find, I mean, even if it's on Fiverr, dude, like you don't have to spend a ton of money, but you could just
hit up Fiverr,
get someone to do it,
Yeah, for sure.
Anyways, AI, I'm not a huge fan of the way the AI stuff is going. Like, it's interesting, but it is just plagiarized, basically. Like, the AI is not creating anything.
Well, it's just slapping together a lot of stuff that
it's just like, oh yeah, this is, we looked at 10,000 images of what AI, and then like what an AI would look like in a movie.
Yeah.
And it's like, slap them together, make our own. It's like, oh, okay, I guess so.
Yeah.
But I don't know. There's been a few like AI stuff where I can even recognize like, oh, they've used this part of something. Like it's very familiar. Like I know where it came from, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that sucks. But I mean, it is what it is.
Artists do that too.
Yeah, but
they take their collective knowledge of what they've like done or what they've seen and they incorporate it into their own.
Yeah, but it's a little different when you have to pull it from your memory rather than like you have a photo exact duplicate in your mind that you can just spit out.
That's just photographic memory. Some people got that.
Yeah, and if you do, yeah, okay, good for you. But I mean,
not everyone can spit it out perfectly.
Yeah,
mind you.
I don't know. It just. What about writing? The AI for writing when they're writing stuff.
I think if you're writing a full dissertation with the AI, you're doing it wrong because you're not learning anything. If you're writing like a full script with an AI, you're doing it wrong. If you use an AI to give you prompts for ideas, I think I'm okay with that.
Yeah, but then you actually do something with it.
Yeah, but then you actually do something with it.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I was messaging my AI on Snapchat last night, and it was interesting. I mean, you can tell what it's doing. It's just scanning it. When you send an image, it's just scanning it to see if it can see anything that it can comment on or whatever. Like, I took a picture of me with the woman filter on, and it said, like, oh, that hoodie you're wearing makes you look very mysterious. And then I took a picture of my hat, and it was my samurai, like, cyberpunk hat. And it was like, oh, the flames on your hat make it look really cool. And then I said, like, oh, actually, that hat's from Cyberpunk 2077. And the AI was like, oh, I haven't had a chance to play that game, but I hear really good things about it. And it was like, okay, well, I know you're not real because you're replying way too fast.
Yeah, 100%. 100% way too fast.
You're supposed to leave me on scene for 16 hours.
Yeah.
So
I've watched a few YouTube videos where they are like, yeah, this is a completely AI generated YouTube video.
Yeah,
where they use like they have the AI trained for their voice as well and throw it in there, and it's ooh, I don't know.
Yeah, it's scary.
It's interesting anyway. It's something we're gonna have to adapt to.
Yeah, but how can you adapt when it becomes like infinitely realistic?
Well, they're gonna have to do something about it because it's just gonna happen.
Like people,
I don't think we can even stop it.
People are already like claiming that stuff is AI generated. That's not.
Yeah,
it's real.
Yeah, that's silly.
And it's like they're just using it to, well, counter a point they don't want to believe in or whatever.
Yeah.
And like, what happens when like they release a video of like a world leader that's so realistic that everyone believes it?
They can already do that.
I know, but it's like, how can you disprove it then?
You can't. You got to be like, you got to look at it real closely. You got to Captain Disillusion that garbage.
I guess so. But like when it gets to the point that it's impossible to tell.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult.
I don't like it.
It's going to be difficult.
This is Cyberdyne.
It's coming.
They're coming for us. CloudNet's going to come alive here shortly.
Yeah.
Scary stuff. Scary stuff.
Yes, indeed. Well, speaking of scary stuff, Ukraine has a Steam Deck controlled minigun or machine gun rather, not a minigun, but a machine gun. So it's pretty interesting. Everything's all like wired up. The first test videos, they got it wired up to like a little screen, and it's got like a VIC-20 joystick attached to it. I'm like, holy man! And when he's pushing the button, it's not doing anything because like the button's sold. It just like you could just hear the plastic creaking.
Yeah.
But then the second video, they got the Steam Deck fully hooked up to this machine gun.
Yeah,
it's pretty interesting.
It is. The only thing is, like, as a gamer would not be used to like the delay.
No,
because it has to like move the gun or whatever,
Yeah, then the gun didn't move fast.
Yeah, exactly. But it's good for like, I don't know, you can like sit behind a wall or something like that.
Yeah,
you just put out the machine gun,
or just sit in the tank without having to go up to the captain's hatch.
So it saves like lives that way. But I mean, it's war,
and that's one of the things about war is that innovations happen really quickly. Technological innovations.
So like, why don't they just have an arm wrestling match then?
I don't know.
Like, why doesn't Zelensky and Putin have an arm wrestling match? Whoever wins the war.
Oh, because you got to do it by number, so there'd have to be like 10,000 arm wrestling matches.
Oh, I see. Because like it seems like, well, I mean, not. I don't know. Am I defending war right now? But it's like, if everything is just so safe that there's no damage to anything, what's the point of even doing it,
Well, we just got to go to a Robot Jock's future where all the battles are fought by giant robot mechs.
And it's just like
in an arena.
But how is that any different than having an arm wrestling match?
That's not.
Okay.
It's just more of a better spectacle.
Sure, absolutely. I mean, spectacle, is right. I've watched many times actually the Ken Burns documentary about the Civil War, and while the Civil War was going on, there would be people they would go and picnic and watch them fighting because it was like lineups,
Yeah.
You know how they did it back then.
Oh yeah,
got to do the musket, pound the gunpowder in, and
everyone
and people would be on the hill watching the fighting going on. Yeah.
That's just down to however many people and however many guns, whichever side.
Well, and it was also what do they have? They don't have an explosive.
Nope.
They don't have anything. You can't launch a fucking strike on them or anything. Drone strike.
Nope.
You could sit off on the hill and watch, have a nice, sandwich and watch the fighting going on. Oh, that guy got a good shot. So, anyways, it'd be interesting to fire one of these things. Would you need a firearms license to use it?
Probably.
But I'm not firing a gun.
You're technically attached to it through a cable.
This is going to be like Ender's Game, where you don't even know you're fighting.
Yeah.
You're just blowing up planets and shit, and it's just like, oh, it was real? I thought I was in a game.
No, you win. Like, what?
Yeah.
We won the war?
Yeah, what war?
Weren't we just training?
Yeah.
Nope, that was real.
That was real. You killed all those men. Oh, oops. So, it was a very cool video. I saw that one, and I was just like, okay, I gotta show Mikey T the Steam Deck machine gun.
Steam Decks are great. You can use them for anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Apparently.
Well, I mean, it's just like a little computer.
Yeah, it definitely is.
It also reminds me of that when the PS3 or was it 2 coming out, and they were doing how it was a supercomputer, and they banned the sales of them to Iraq because they were going to use them to control ICBMs and shit like that. And it's like, come on now. Come on.
Yeah, that the chip was notoriously hard to program for.
Yeah, the emotion engine.
Custom architecture.
Yeah.
Come on.
But it was
nobody in Iraq cracking that.
It's just like a fucking it's just like a marketing ploy. Oh yeah, it's such a powerful system. They're gonna use them to target missiles on America. We can't sell them to Iraq.
Yep.
Wow,
super
they
powerful.
are super strong. Wow.
Super powerful console.
So,
no one knows how to.
So do you think Gabe sees them oh, they're using a Steam Deck to fucking control a machine gun? Is he yeah, or is he can we cease and desist this?
That's a good question.
Is he cool with it, or is he? I guess if it was Russia, he'd probably be cease and desist.
Yeah.
With Ukraine, he's that's cool.
It's cool. I mean, the hardware's out there. Everyone's just using it, just repurposing it.
Yeah, but you could just maybe don't put a video out about it. You don't have to do that. Yeah, if it was Russian, it would be a different story for sure.
Can you even cease and desist modifying hardware that's meant to be modified?
No, I mean, I guess so. I mean, yeah, you could cease and desist them putting it in the video. They don't have rights to do that or whatever. True. But you could do whatever you want with it.
I suppose
they own. They. I'm sure there's a trademark for the shape and the design of the Steam Deck. You know? They probably don't want it to be associated with murder. I guess it's not murder in wartime, but the needless slaughter of men.
Yep.
So I don't know. Anyways,
Definitely don't show the Steam Deck needlessly slaughtering men.
No, dude, it's a PR nightmare.
Yeah, 100%. How about some good PR?
Yeah, barely
good PR. Seagate has cut the price of the Xbox Series X/S storage expansion cards in the United States, and by and large, I would assume that means Canada as well.
This is the biggest thing about the Xbox that I don't like, is the custom hard drive bullshit.
It is bullshit.
So to expand, you can use an external hard drive on the Xbox, but you can't launch Xbox Series X or X games from the external hard drive.
Too slow.
So you
USB transfer.
You can copy them over there and then copy them back when you want to play them later or whatever, but you can't launch from there. And the only way to expand your storage in the Xbox Series X or S is to get this fucking custom hard drive, which Xbox has done this since
360.
Since beginning of time.
Yep.
We have to get a custom hard drive for the system. They did it again with the Series X, and they were ridiculously expensive. Like, outrageously expensive.
Yes.
So I'm sure they're very fast, and they have a lot of capacity, and they have the special, like, whatever Microsoft magic to work in the Xbox. Because, like, seriously, it is ridiculous how this Xbox works with, like, resuming games. Like, you can have 5 games on the resume and just switch to them. It's like, boop, there you go. You're right where you were. No problem. So you got to have some hard drive speed to do that,
I mean, you're
right?
essentially just writing memory addresses to a physical location.
Yeah, but it's not like on Windows, like, with... Like, it literally takes no time. So I can go from Yakuza, press the button, launch Phoenix Wright. I'm there exactly the same spot. Mm-hmm. Press the button, Vampire Survivors, exactly the same spot. Playing immediately. There's no loading.
Yep.
It just happens. So you can't do that on Windows.
No. Just because all the hard drives, all the hardware is, you can't program for it like that.
Yeah. So there's something anyway. Anyways, whatever.
It just goes straight from the hard drive, bypasses the CPU, straight to RAM.
It's
That's
just
what I would assume is happening.
But it's 2 terabytes was 400 USD.
Yeah, 400 USD. That's absolutely ridiculous.
It's like, fuck you. How about that? And like PS5, what do? You fucking stick in whatever the fuck those bubblegum pieces of memory are.
Yeah.
Slap one of those in, you're done.
Yeah.
It's like,
and you just slap in a new M2 drive.
Yeah.
Slap it and get a new one. Like, they're $100, less than $100 each.
And they're fast as fuck too.
Yeah, for terabytes.
So, I mean, the PS5 doesn't have the fast resume quite like the Xbox, I don't think.
No.
I think it can only do 2.
Yeah.
Whereas it seems like Xbox, I can just whatever. Mm-hmm. But even now, like a 2 terabyte one is $280. It's still too fucking much.
That's 2 terabyte drives are fairly expensive for even M.2s.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not that expensive, especially 280 American. 280 Canadian, yeah, maybe. But 280 American, no.
Yeah. So they've reduced it. But if they would have just done M.2... Anyways, I'm sure they have a deal with Seagate where Seagate paid for them to do this. It's the same thing with... I know they said it's not true, but I have to believe it's true. Like, the controller comes with 2 fucking AA batteries.
Yep.
And it's because they have a deal with Energizer that's...
Is it Duracell?
Or whatever it is.
Yeah.
That it comes with 2 Duracells. So it's like, yeah, why did they do that? So Duracell can sell some more fucking batteries.
Yeah.
Because if it came with a recharge built-in battery, Duracell's out all that money.
Yeah.
Maybe they sell the initial rechargeable battery to Microsoft, but that's it, right?
Yeah.
Microsoft says, like, no, that's not the reason. No, that's the reason. Like, why the fuck else would it not have a rechargeable battery in it?
Exactly. Everything else has rechargeable battery. Why doesn't the Xbox controller?
I prefer it this way because I can go buy 2 more rechargeable AA batteries.
Yeah.
But, like, my PS3 controller, it charge lasts, like, a fucking hour.
Yeah.
And what can I do? Keep it plugged in all the time. Because I can't open it up. I mean, I could open it up and put a new battery in it, but you have to, like, unscrew it and take it apart.
Yeah, and they're not easy to get apart.
No.
There's ribbon cables.
So I like that, but it's just like, come on. Come on.
So when I've been playing upstairs, I got a USB hub that's plugged in and sits underneath my couch, and I just plug my controller right into there. I gave up on batteries; they just kept dying.
Oh yeah.
So I just plug it right in, link it back out to my PC, and away we go.
Yeah, I just have so many rechargeable AA's that I just swap them out all the time, you know.
Yeah.
But oh my god. Anyways, it's ridiculous. I was really wanting to get one of these things, but now I'm just like, fuck it. If I want to play a game, I'll just uninstall something else. I'm not going to buy one of these fucking hard drives.
Yeah, so the 512 is now $89.99 American.
And it was $140 before.
Yeah, American.
For 512.
Ridiculous.
Oh my god.
You get 512 M.2s for $50 Canadian.
You can get a 512 memory chip for like 20 fucking bucks.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So stupid.
Yeah, kind of ridiculous, but hey, it's proprietary. What are you going to do?
Yeah, you could have been more consumer friendly. This is like the only thing from Microsoft on the Xbox that I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing? Again with this bullshit?
Yep.
Yeah, they did it on the Xbox 360 and the Xbox One, and now the Xbox Series X.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even in the fucking OG Xbox days, you had to have a fucking regular memory card. Yep. You couldn't use like anything else. It had to be the Xbox memory card.
Yeah.
Oh my god, such malarkey.
Extreme malarkey. Ladies and gentlemen, Game Club.
Oh shit.
Each week, we play a chapter or a segment or a timed interval of a game, and then we talk about it. And we discuss it on this podcast right here.
We do.
We are currently playing Yakuza 0.
Yes.
And we're going to talk about Chapter 5?
Yes.
Yes, Chapter 5.
An honest living.
An honest living.
Yeah, so we're back to being Kiryu.
Yes.
After playing as Majima for the last 2 chapters.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they alternate every 2 chapters. I don't know how this game works, but that's what it's been so far. Because the first 2 were Kiryu. Then the second 2, like 3 and 4, were Majima.
Yep.
Now we're back to Kiryu.
Yep.
So we'll see anyways. But basically, this chapter, there wasn't a whole lot of story going on.
No.
We're
just essentially getting set up in our new life as a Tachibana real estate agent.
Magistrate, basically. Yeah. So basically, it starts off, Oda wants to take us to talk to a client about, he's having trouble with a squatter.
Yeah.
So we have to go meet this old timer to talk about their problem. And it's very much like Japanese social cues that you have to follow, which you don't really know being a Canadian.
Yep.
So you have to kind of guess about where to sit and like, what to say or what to do, right? So in the meeting with this old timer, I can't remember his name. When we get there, it's like you have to choose this table they sit at. You have to choose where you sit. So, which table did you end up choosing? I chose the one that's not at the back and not at the front. I chose like the middle one.
Oh, so you chose the right one.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. So I was like, I'm going to choose the back one because it's not the back one because that's a arcade cabinet table.
Yeah. I should have done that. Yeah. So what did they say?
They were like, you can't sit at that table. There's only 2 seats.
Okay.
Were you gonna stand the entire time?
So they chose a different table anyway?
Yes, we chose the middle table, which is the one you wanted to do.
Yeah. And then it's like, where do you want to sit? And I'm like, I don't fucking know. Like, do I want to face the door? Do I want to have my back to the door? Like, I don't know where I got to sit.
Yeah.
So I chose to sit with my back to the door. And he's like, oh, you sat at the foot of the table. Very good. You chose correctly or whatever.
I chose to sit not to the back, not to the front, but to the side.
Yeah,
He's like, no, you can't sit there.
No.
That's my seat.
Oh, okay. And then there's a part where you're supposed to give him your card. And I was like, well, we're not exchanging cards, so I'm not going to give it. So I didn't press the button. And then Oda like slaps me like, give him your card. What's wrong with you? And I was like, oh, sorry. I didn't know I was supposed to give my card.
I'm going to start delivering my business cards in that manner. All the times, just straight up Japanese, just bow. Yeah. Both hands holding the card.
And then Oda goes to slap you again because you're holding it upside down.
Yeah. But Oda won't be there to slap me.
No, exactly. Yeah. So it was an interesting, just sort of like seeing the way the business culture works. And then the guy that comes in is just like, sup guys, good to see you. Yeah, I got a bit of a problem. I hope you can take care for me. He was totally not,
he didn't care.
Serious about it.
No.
But Oda did call Kiryu-kun.
Yep.
Which is like totally like junior. Like, okay, junior.
Yep.
I'm the boss. And Kiryu's kind of like, okay, whatever, So he wants us to kick out squatters. So there's a squatter in a building, and Oda's like teaching us the ropes. Did we have to get our new suit before or after this? I think it was before we had to get the suit.
Yeah, we had to get the new suit before.
So this was a big thing in the games before. Like in the other Yakuza games, he's always wearing this suit, basically.
Yeah.
So part of the thing when Yakuza 0 came out apparently was like, we're going to see the origin of Kiryu's suit.
Yeah.
Like, why does he wear the suit, right? And then when it happened, everyone's like, it's because he liked it? That's it? That's it? Like, that's the reason why? So
yeah, he goes out with Nishiki.
Yeah, Nishiki.
To get a new suit and down like He's like, we can't get you an expensive one because you're not rich. So they go down like this back alley to some like suit vendor for poor salarymen.
Yeah. And they're like looking at them. And then Kiryu, because they don't want him to look like a Yakuza is the big thing. And he chooses a suit so he looks like a Yakuza.
Yeah, it just looks like Yakuza. But instead of being, a black suit kind of unbuttoned and, tucked in, whatever. He chooses a white pinstripe suit with just super 60s flare collar on it.
Yeah. And Nishiki's giving him shit too. Like, what do you... And Kiryu's like, look how you're dressed. Like, what? You're one to talk.
Yeah. So, and Nishiki's kind of, he's dressed.
I mean, they're just brothers, so they're just giving each other shit, whatever.
No ties, nothing's buttoned up, just like
just
chest
deep
in the wind. Yeah, that's the way to do it.
So after we meet the guy, we have to go to get the guy out of the apartment.
Yeah.
So we go down with... He's like, we need to bring a gift.
Yeah.
He's like, we're kicking this guy out. What do you mean? He's like, no, you always bring a gift.
To get the door open.
So you go get this confectionery candy box or whatever.
Yeah.
So you have to go around and find it, whatever.
Mine was in the very, very north convenience store.
I think it's the only place you can buy it is that one convenience store. So you get it, you go there, and you knock on the door, and they both like instantly have their cards. Like, yeah, here you go. Here are our cards.
Yeah.
He's kind of looking at them.
Tachibana Real Estate.
Yeah. They're like, oh, we brought you this candy. So when he grabs the candy, that gives them the opportunity to just like push through the door, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And they go in and they try to intimidate him, and they're like, we want you out of here. And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm a renter.
Yeah. And they're like, what Yakuzas are like, getting you to do this? And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And they're like, okay, well, there's nothing we can do. They leave. And Kiryu's like, I thought we were going to negotiate with this guy. And they're like, no, we're not negotiating with him. We're going to negotiate with the actual people, So they go outside and the Yakuza gang comes up. And they're like, oh, you're hustling or hassling our guy. You're going to negotiate with us here. So we get into fight, basically.
Yeah, the negotiation is with fists, of course.
Yeah, of course, as Kiryu does.
Yeah.
And they fight, and they win, and they get chased away, and,
We'll be back.
Yeah.
You're stepping on the wrong toes.
Yeah, exactly.
We are Dojima.
Yes. So it's like, oh, shit. Kiryu's like...
old family.
Yeah. So we kicked him out, and Oda's like, okay, you go tell the guy you've done it. I'm going to go wait for you at the bar Serena. We'll have a drink to celebrate. But you go tell the old guy.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, where is he? Oh, he likes to bowl. So maybe he's at the bowling alley. So we head to the bowling alley. We get there, and he's getting beat up by a guy that we don't know yet. And you can overhear him talking shit. Like, yeah, we're going to take him over. Us and the 5 billionaires, We'll get rid of this old timer, and then I'll finally have the whole block and whatever, blah, blah, blah. And we meet up with the old guy, and he got attacked by this guy because he won't sell his businesses to the guy. Because this is the Leisure King. He wants to control the neighborhood. This guy won't give up his stuff, so he's like putting the pressure to him. So he's like, "Oh, walk with me to my office. We'll go over there where you just cleared it out, right?"
Yeah.
And we go there, and then he's like, "You know what, Kiryu? I think I want you to be the guy in charge of my businesses." And Kiryu's like, me? What do I know? And he's like, well, you just cleared this place out and you helped me, and I think you've got the chutzpah to do it.
Yeah.
So Kiryu's like, I guess so. I mean, it's kind of my job is to do real estate with Tachibana, so I guess I can do it. I don't know, but is it really part of his job to run like a side business managing properties?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think so because he's getting all the profit. So
yeah, that's the other thing too.
It's on the down low. It's fine.
And he's like, okay, well, you leave. We'll renovate and then I'll call you back when it's done. So you leave, do some stuff, and he'll call you like, hey, come by. And then you come by, and it's like a whole new mini game in the game where you're like a real estate dude.
You invest into real estate, and you can send people there to protect that real estate or manage that real estate. And
so did you do any of this?
I just did the tutorial bit, and I ran around a couple other businesses, but I couldn't, invest in them.
Dude, doing this, you get so much fucking money.
It seems like it.
Oh my god, it just starts adding up.
It seems like it. And I mean, like, to unlock skills right now, for me, it's 20 billion yen, and I'm like, ooh, or 20 million rather.
That's nothing. That's one, I think I ended up playing it, and I bought every location. There's only one I don't own yet.
Yeah.
Because there's a mission you have to do. You have to become a friend with a sushi guy, and then he asks you to get fish for him, and you have to do this whole thing. But I have every location. I've been slowly building them up by like sending a manager to improve them.
Yeah.
And I think the last time I did it, I got 90 million yen.
Wow.
And I was like, wow, I can level up all my shit and everything like that. It's crazy. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
So it was I like it a lot though, because also the little people you hire some of them are ones you did quests for. So when I left the building, there was all these people downstairs waiting to talk to me.
Wow.
So I walk outside, and there's the dominatrix guy.
Yeah.
Who's like, oh, Kiryu, I haven't seen you since you talked to her. She's doing a really good job telling me I'm a pig and I'm useless. And like, I really owe you. So like, why don't you treat me like shit and I'll work for you for free? So I was like, okay. And then the police officer was waiting. So he's a security guard. The girl that was selling her underwear, the boss of the group, was one of the girls I have working for me now. There was a psychic woman that I did a quest for. She's working for me now. So I have all these people I've recruited.
Yeah.
So they're working for me. And the way the thing works is you can improve your different businesses.
Yep.
By getting a manager to go and improve it. And depending how much they cost more, the better they are. So like, the psychic woman is really good at doing, I don't remember which type of business, but she costs 20 million yen to send her.
Wow.
So I never sent her because it's too outrageous, right? But like, I have the dominatrix guy is really good at improving like leisure businesses or whatever.
Yeah.
He costs 2 million yen, so I'd send him and it would increase the like how good the business is by a lot, and then you get more money when you do it.
Yeah.
So I ran around and I got every fucking business that I could around there. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I did a lot of side missions, like, trying to get the sushi business. I had to catch some fish. Mm-hmm. So I had to go to the docks. If you take a cab, there's a whole nother area you can go to, the docks.
Yep.
And then the girl that teaches the brawler style is waiting there. So you train with her. And then you unlock the ability to go on repossession quests with her, where people are not paying their loans back and you go beat the shit out of them.
Oh, wow.
Get money back and stuff.
That's cool.
It just, every time, it's just like a new thing unlocks. It's just crazy. So I was enjoying that a lot. But yeah, you're going to have to do that if you want to level up your abilities.
Yeah.
Because I'm beating up guys, I'm getting 300,000 yen. Like, it's nothing.
Nope.
And then I do this, like, collection business thing that takes 3 minutes, and I have 90 million yen. It's crazy. But
yeah, I'm going to have to put in a little bit more time this week. Last week was just too hectic.
Yeah.
I just didn't have the time to sit down and actually play really anything.
I mean, until you hit the wall of the fact that you can't beat a guy because your stats aren't good enough, I think you're okay.
Yeah.
But even then, I think you can just brute force it by just having a bunch of, like, Toriner Emperors on you and stuff like that, where you can just keep healing,
Yeah.
So, but I don't know. Maybe there's a part in the game where it just is like, you get to a part where it's like, fuck, you need these abilities or whatever.
Could be.
I also unlocked the ability to purchase the items that Majima, the thing Majima can send out agents to go find recipes and shit.
Oh, I don't have that unlocked.
Oh, okay. Well, Majima has an ability to go like do like missions he sends out agents and they'll find stuff.
Yeah.
So now I have it so Kiryu can buy those items. He can't send out agents, but anything that Majima knows, he can now buy, right?
Nice. Yeah.
So, it was very cool. But
so the guy that gives us the ability to do that, his name is Yamanoi.
Oh yes, Yamanoi. That's right.
The whole reason that he does that is that he trusts you, and the whole reason he trusts you is that he's good friends with Kazama. Who,
that's right.
Your adopted
I forgot about that part.
Who is the captain of the
Dojima
clan.
So Kazama knows
because
him,
he's just like, here's 15 million.
Go
out and buy this business.
Yeah.
And then the whole thing goes into your hands, and the whole reason is because he's friends with Kazama.
Yeah. That pretty much the last thing in this chapter now is that we have to go meet Oda for our drink.
Yep.
We go to the bar. Oda's not there, so we have to. Nishiki's there, and he's Like, oh, what are you doing here? He's like, I can go to bars. Like,
like what?
This is my secret spot, you know? So they start having drinks and they do karaoke together and, you know, whatever. Oh, did you have to do the karaoke with the Leisure King? I guess you never did that.
Karaoke with the Leisure King? No.
Yeah. To take over I took over he's done.
Yeah.
I got him out. I did everything,
you took over
right?
everything.
And one of the things to do is you have to do a karaoke battle against him. But you do the exact same song you have to do with Nishiki.
Yeah.
So,
and that was the only song that I'd ever done doing karaoke.
Oh, really?
Was that song. So
you got to do 24-Hour Cinderella next time. It's so good. But I had just done it and I got like 91, and then I redid it and I got like 96 the second time. But Oda eventually, he's like late. They're like, "Where's Oda? Where's Oda?" And like, I think maybe the girl that runs the bar is going to be like Kiryu's love interest, because when he comes in, he's just like sort of like, oh,
I know. Yeah. There was a lot of zoom in on a lot of different parts of her body when he first comes in.
So eventually Oda comes, and
her name is Reina.
Reina, yes. Oda eventually comes. He's like beat the fuck up. He falls to the ground.
Yeah.
And then in through the door comes
the guys you beat up,
the gangsters you beat up before, but also what's his name? Yes.
Hiroki Awano.
He's like one of the Dojima lieutenants.
Yeah.
And he's like, you're really, you know, you leave the Yakuza and then like a day later you're fucking us all over. Like, you really got some balls here.
Oh yeah.
And, you know, Kiryu's like, Nishiki wasn't here. Like, he's not here meeting me. It was just like a chance encounter.
Yeah. And,
you know, Nishiki says something and he smashes his head into the counter like, hey, I'm talking to the civilian here.
Awano
like,
smashes his head into the counter.
I'm your boss. You shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You don't talk to you talk to. Whatever, right? So then it's basically like, they're like, we're going to kill you, but don't damage any civilian stuff. Take it outside, right?
Yeah. So
then we go outside and Kiryu's just like, you know, the guy's shit talking him or whatever. And Kiryu's like, nah, I'm not bowing down to you. Fuck you. And they have an epic battle where you just fucking beat the shit out of these guys.
Wasn't too epic. I just beat the shit out of them.
I don't know. I was grabbing everything. I had Brawler style now, so I leveled up Brawler style, so he'll automatically pick up anything that he punches near.
That's Fury style or something like that.
Yeah.
Animal style.
Yeah. But you have to unlock that ability by doing... Like, you can pick up stuff as the guy, but now if I just punch near it, he just grabs it and starts swinging it. So I was just fucking going to town on these guys or whatever. But then once we beat him up, what's his name? Awano comes and is like, you know what? You're going to tell me who the Tachibana real estate guy is.
Yeah, he wants a meeting with the Tachibana.
And you're going to do it. Otherwise, you know, you're going to die. Or you're not going to die. We're going to take it on Nishiki. Yeah. You know, he'll be collateral damage. And Kiryu's like, well, what do you want to meet him for? It's like, oh, I'm going to beat the information out of him, you know. And I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, I get it. They don't know this guy.
Yeah.
They don't understand. But we've seen this guy's in action.
Yeah.
He's like more powerful than the Yakuza. He like turned off the power to Kamurocho. And they're just like, oh yeah, we'll just rough him up a bit, and you know, he'll be buried and dead and everything like that. Like, you don't know who the fuck you're messing with here.
Sure don't.
And again, it's all because everyone wants this fucking empty plot that no one knows. Well, I guess Majima knows who owns it now.
Yeah.
He's the only one, basically.
Does he know who owns it, though?
Well, it's the girl. The blind girl. Because remember, he went to fight God Hand?
Yeah.
Or no, whatever her name is, Murakano or whatever.
Yeah,
and he thought it was the God Hand guy, but then he realized it's like, oh, it's actually her.
She owns the lot?
Yeah. You didn't get that?
No.
Yeah. She's the lot owner.
Huh.
Yeah.
All I got was that she was a masseuse who is also helping people.
No, there was something else. Maybe I'm mistaken. I mean, even if... No, I thought there was something about it. Yeah, because what's his name wanted... Majima's boss man was like, you're going to kill the owner of the lot.
I thought he said he's just going to kill the owner of Maki, or the owner of the person who's trafficking girls.
Okay, maybe she doesn't know.
Sagawa's like, you got to kill this evil person.
Maybe I'm not remembering it properly then. I got it that she was the lot owner. But maybe I reached that conclusion on my own.
Maybe. Yeah, I didn't come to that conclusion at all. I didn't, yeah.
Because I remember he was like, you got to kill this guy. Who are you going to kill? And I thought he said something about that's the lot owner.
Oh.
Anyways, whatever.
Yeah.
I still think she's going to be the lot owner, but maybe it was just a leap I just made on my own, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, the story again is just like, ooh, what's going to happen next, you know?
Yeah.
But this was the lightest chapter so far on story.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
think. So I did play it a lot, though. I streamed it 2 times, and I did a lot of like, well, I didn't realize it was going to be so much extra stuff with like the business side of it and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Because I played it the first night and I was like, okay, I'll just do all these side missions and everything like that. And, you know, I went bowling a bunch because I was like, there's a friendship thing with the girl that's bowling.
Yeah.
So I bowled a bunch, and then I was doing all these other side missions and, you know, whatever. And then it was like, wow, it's like 11:30 now. I better go to bed here.
Oh, I know. I'd be like, okay, well, I'm going to bed. And then I'd, you know, load up YouTube because I like to watch YouTube in bed. I'm like, oh, Kurb's still streaming.
Yeah.
He's still streaming
I know.
Yakuza.
Yeah, so I finished the chapter yesterday, but even then I started at like 9-ish or whatever, and I was like, okay, I'll play until like, you know, 12-ish or whatever. But I got so into the real estate that I was just like, okay, I can do this, you know?
Yeah.
And then it was like 11:30, and I was like, okay, I got to finish the story here. I'm getting hungry. And then it was like 12:30. I'm like, oh, I'm starving here. Oh my God.
I haven't, because you never know how long the story's going to go in each chapter. I've kind of just been like, because I haven't had a lot of time to play, I've just been like going through and just doing story.
Yeah.
I'll like sit down, I'll like after work, go through the story as much as I can.
Generally, I think it ends up being like, if it's nighttime, you're near the end of the chapter.
Yeah.
That seems to be the way it's going so far. But like this chapter, it was nighttime most of the fucking chapter.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm excited to play it. I'll probably play it tomorrow, maybe. I don't know. I want to play it tonight, but I don't think I'll have time after I do the video and everything and get them uploaded. I don't think I'll be able to stream, basically. So it'll be tomorrow, probably. I'm excited to see what's going on.
Yeah, for sure. It'll be interesting to see. I think we stay on Kiryu because I had to, like, you know, skip through storyline to exit the game.
Yeah.
And we were Kiryu.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Kiryu for the next chapter, and then I think we go back to Majima, but who knows, right?
Yep, we'll see.
That's the good thing with Xbox. As soon as it says, like, dawn of the next chapter, I just hit the guide button and go home, and it's progress is halted till next time I load it up.
In order for me to do that, I have to reach over to the keyboard, hit Alt, hit F4.
Oh my God. Pain in the butt ski.
I know. I kind of want to get like a little keyboard for the living room.
Oh, yeah?
Just like a little handheld keyboard.
Oh, yeah.
Just having that big keyboard on the coffee table is a pain in the butt.
Yeah. You need a micro keyboard, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah.
Cool beans. Yeah, I'm excited to play more.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to it. And I'm going to fucking take over the fucking world, dude. I unlocked all the other types, so I can own every type of property in the game now.
Nice.
So I guess they're spread out.
Yeah.
Each different little area. So I'm excited.
Yeah, hopefully I'll be able to put some more time into the game this week. I'm not going out of town this week at all.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. There's a bunch of people on vacation, so I have to help with like the coast.
Oh, yeah.
Work.
Okay. And you can do that remotely?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because like I need this, and it's all being done on a computer. So I'm like, well, I can't be in the field to do that.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. That's it. That's
I know.
the end of the podcast.
I know.
Yes. If you guys liked what you listened to, and I know you did, please leave us a review.
Yes.
On whatever it is you are listening to this on to.
I'd like to see us get to 3 reviews on iTunes.
At least 3. That's a high bar. That's extremely high.
2 now, so a third would be incredible.
Yes.
5
Go
stars.
ahead, give us a review. And share us with a friend. That's the best way to get us out there. Share us with a friend. Be like, hey,
please do.
You guys will like these guys because they're dumb. And
we're dumb?
They will listen to us. I mean, we sometimes are.
Okay. You're right.
But with that being said, we will see you guys again in 1 week's time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.